I know it's not a classic car, but I got a lot of parts that I like to keep out of the weather. And storage lockers are like 130 bucks a month for this size. And the storage lot where I live, an outdoor storage area, is $200 a year. And so I bought this old box truck for 550 bucks. And hadn't been running in about 10 years, or maybe 20 if you count the license plate. But anyway, it's complete, ran when parked, and I'll get it running eventually. I don't know if I don't plan on driving it much, if any. It's really, really bad as far as the mice and the rats have gotten up in here and just eaten the wiring, and it's nasty inside. But the back of it is dry storage, and it's pretty good sized. And that's Nick. He's the seller. And yeah, we'll get it there, put it in the storage lot. And my neighbor has the same issue as me, and he said he'd pay the storage fees if I bought the truck. So we got a tow truck on the way, flatbed. We're going to haul it home. We're about 45 minutes away, and get it set up, and then we'll go from there. All right, tow truck driver showed up. This is Rufus, our really cool tow truck driver. Say hi, Rufus.
How's it going?
He's gonna get us all hooked up, and I want to show this really cool truck. You got the little dip down. I don't know what they call it. What do they call that, Rufus? That
This?
that on the dip thing.
Oh, it's called they call it like a duckbill. I don't know what the technical term is for it.
It's just slick as snot. So we're gonna get this thing hooked up, and or he's gonna do it, and we'll drag it up here, see how it goes. All the wheels are turning, that's a good thing. Ah, he took my tree. It's gonna work. You're kind of hitting the edge over here. All right, got it passed. she's loaded. Underside doesn't look bad at all.
Sit up under here.
For the purpose it's going to serve, I think it'll do all right. Probably an old U-Haul truck, as evidenced by the yellow on the inside, and the tow truck driver used to work for U-Haul. He said he recognizes it. Came out of the factory as a chassis cab. We make those where I work. Just the cab and the chassis, and the box wasn't there, and then they drove it or shipped it to another company who put the box on it. Serves a pretty good purpose. Nah, you're all right. I hope he can push it. You're gonna have to push it. Uh-oh. What do we gotta do? Push it?
I think maybe if I put it back in park, the front wheels will roll and I can just pull right out from under it.
Okay, yeah, that'd work. That'd work.
Oh.
In fact, that's what the guy did with the wagon when he jumped it.
Oh, okay.
That actually leaves us pretty good room back there.
You know what? That looks pretty good sitting there, huh?
Yeah, I think so. Look at that. Just like he knows what he's doing.
You've done this before. Just a couple times. This is my third box truck. And funny thing is, this is the smallest one I've done so far.
Really?
Yeah. The rest of them are 16 footers. I mean, this is a 14, right?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
You want some cards?
Huh?
You want some cards?
Yeah. Yeah, we got all kinds of room. Oh, yeah, this is great. This is great. All right. Now the fun begins. All right, here we are. Day one of the clean out. Hello. Come up here with a generator and a vacuum, and just gonna start cleaning all the rat nastiness out of this thing. My neighbor and fellow cohort came up here earlier and swept out the back. He said he wouldn't eat off the floor, but it looked pretty good, and it does. And I'll point out there's a bonus that I didn't even realize when I bought this thing. Right here, look at this. This is a genuine poor man's floor pan set, complete floor pan set for my 59 Bel Air. Just needs a little cutting and modifications, but man, just what I need right there. It's going to be great. Oof. Of course, it could be for this one too. It needs them too. So anyway, I wanted to show you this rig I got here. This is a really nice generator that I picked up a few years ago for 50 bucks. And the guy, it didn't come with a dolly. I'll tell you about that in a minute. The guy, he said, it runs real great. Check it out. And he pulled on the starter, and it fired right up. And it run good. And I said, great, I'll take it. When I got it home, I realized, and he didn't even realize, this thing has electric start on it. It didn't look like it had ever been hooked up. There was never a cable on here or anything. So I got a couple cables, put it on there, and man, she spins right over and just boom, awesome. I picked up this dolly. It was brand new, and but it had a broken spot out of it right down here. And I think I paid $2 for it or something like that. So I used the clamps here, and I bolted this thing on, and it does great. Now, granted, this ain't the greatest of hookups, but to be fair, I only have about 100 feet of public road between my house and here. So it works great for that, and it's a lot easier than trying to load it up. So anyway, let's get started. Seeing what we got and cleaning out, and this is the ugly part. You know, you can discover a lot about a vehicle by the stuff you find inside of it. This tells an interesting story. The radiator is bone dry, and there's a jug and a half of antifreeze sitting here, which I'll use. The oil looks brand new, but I notice there's some oil right here. There's also one of the reservoirs is dry in the master cylinder, and there's an empty thing of brake fluid there. There's also an empty thing of power steering fluid, and the power steering box is all covered with grease and oil. All of this stuff was pulled off. Fan shroud, all your duct work for your carburetor. You got some rig funnels around here. You got another rig funnel here. Danger, do not enter, which, you know, I'm not assuming that has anything to do with it. And this brand new oxygen sensor here. I say brand new, actually it's got some discoloration on it. That might be an old one. But, so I'm guessing also this thing is showing, can't see it there, 15,750 miles. No, 35,750 miles. And being as how this looks like it was an old U-Haul truck, by the color and the testimony of the tow truck driver who used to work for U-Haul, I'm guessing that that is at least 135,000, maybe even 235,000. Gauging from the last license plate, which is 2020. So this truck is an 87, so it was driven commercially for 13 years, most likely every day. Well, maybe not every day, but anyway, yeah, it's got a lot of miles on it. But I don't care. As I've said, the main function is for storage. I should be able to get it running. At least I can move it around a little bit. But for the price I paid, it's going to save me some money. This is interesting. This vehicle is equipped with air cylinders inside coil springs of the front suspension. Inflation valves are located at lower end of the air cylinders. Well, that's interesting. All right, back to work. Also, a lot of eating at Joe's place. Had his own mug. SEW 10W40 motor oil, unopened. More clues. I also found 2 bricks, one under each seat. And I don't think the emergency brake works, so, you know, might be one over there too. Oh my gosh. Well, pretty much as I expected. Whew, okay. More vacuuming. Couple spark plug wires are hanging off. A lot of them are chewed. After a brief interlude, we'll get in here and, oh man, these seats are filthy. Get a little closer here. Dagnabbit. Okay, time for the blaster. Ta-da! Throttle body. Looks pretty clean inside. Unfortunately, it's getting close. I still have to go to work today because, unfortunately, I'm not retired. Not being Omnibot Prime. Thank you, Doc Holliday. Okay. My camera blew over and now it won't come on, so it's probably busted. Had a little trouble getting a good connection here, but I think we got it now. Radio works. Oh, we have spark too. Awesome. I wonder if I could drop some gas in there right quick. Alright. Well, I started cranking it and I realized that this was hitting the fan. So that's what that piece of rope was for that I, of course, threw away. And it's time to go to work. So, hey, it cranks. I'm going to call it a day for today. Big thunderstorms coming in tomorrow. And we'll find out if she leaks. Okay, previous owner said that the fuel pump was out on this thing. So when I got in here, there was some wiring chewed up, mostly plug wires. The coil wire, which I just replaced, and one of the plug wires, which I really don't have a good replacement for it, and it may or may not work, but the rest of them look good. So I just thought I'd show you this. Got my little handy dandy starting fluid here. She's a runner. Yeah. So I'm probably gonna believe him on the fuel pump thing. But so now we got to figure out if it's a fuel pump, a wire, a relay, or what it is.